I'm Bobby Ryan for FCDallas.com, here to preview Saturday's Western Conference clash as FC Dallas hosts the Seattle Sounders FC. Here's a look at the Subaru keys to the game. It was a break from league play for both teams this week as they opened CONCACAF Champions League play. For the Seattle Sounders, they scored a 4-1 home victory over Comunicaciones, while FC Dallas made Major League Soccer history when they traveled to Mexico City and defeated Pumas by a score of 1-0. Now let's take a look back on the last league matches for both of these teams. For the Seattle Sounders, it was a 0-0 home draw on Saturday against Chivas USA. Head coach Sigi Schmidt rolled out a 4-4-2 formation in the match. Casey Keller in goal for the Sounders, Ozzie Alonso in the center of midfield, and Pat Noonan made a return to the starting lineup, his first of the season. While FC Dallas, they traveled to the Philadelphia Union and scored a 2-2 draw against the Union that night at PPL Park. It was a 4-5-1 for Schellas Hyndman, while Kevin Hartman set a record that night for the most career games started all time in Major League Soccer history. Maicon Santos, the striker for FC Dallas, scored his first FC Dallas goal, while Brek Shea found his 10th of the 2011 season. The first key to the game is to establish quick possession. In their last league match, the Seattle Sounders hosted Chivas USA, and it was the road side that really did well to dictate the pace of play in the opening 45 minutes. In this clip, you'll see a 1- and 2-touch passing sequence from Chivas USA that really leads to a quality opportunity. As the ball is moved around the back, look at the space that Heath Pierce has to pick out Jorge Flores. With room to run, a 2-on-1 is created that gets Ante Jazic, the left back, in behind the Seattle defense. His service is a good one that was nearly swept in. But it was Chivas USA and their establishing good possession that really started the entire sequence. We spoke to FC Dallas midfielder Ricardo Villar about establishing good possession.
Well, I think it's very important for us to come out strong and set the tempo at home. We're playing home, and we got to play our game. And it doesn't matter who comes to play us here. You got to understand that we're going to set the tempo.
The second key to the game is to be alert to the Seattle high press. Unhappy with the opening 45 minutes, the start of the second half from Seattle was very good. They did well to disrupt the Chivas USA passing. So what does that mean now? They broke very high and pressured the Chivas USA backline. And you'll see in this clip what they do is press high and really disrupt the Chivas USA passing. It leads to possession and an opportunity. After the ball was popping around, Seattle gets a hold of it and breaks out with a 5-on-3 advantage. The sequence of high pressure ends with a Fredy Montero shot. Seattle is a team that can cause problems for their opponents by high pressuring. We spoke to FC Dallas defender Ugo Ehemelu about being alert to the Seattle high press.
Gotta be simple, to tell you the truth. They're looking for mistakes, so we're gonna have to try and use our offense, really push at their defense and cause them to defend a little bit more instead of being on our half of the field. So I think offensively for us is going to be the biggest key tomorrow.
The third key to the game is back four coordination. For the Seattle Sounders, there's several clever passers in the attacking third. Fernandez, Rosales, Montero on occasion. Red card suspension to George John. Now the remaining back four for FC Dallas against the Sounders will have to be organized in the game. In this clip, you'll see a well-timed run and a clever pass from Rosales, who create an opportunity against the Chivas USA backline. James Riley finds Fredy Montero, who plays wide to Rosales. Now after Montero lays it off, watch how he runs into an open area behind the Chivas USA backline. Rosales spots the run, and Montero nearly gets Seattle on the board. This kind of attacking understanding with the Seattle attackers is something that the back four for FC Dallas will certainly have to keep an eye on. We spoke to FC Dallas goalkeeper Kevin Hartman about organizing the back four.
I think they make really smart runs up top. I think obviously Montero's a guy, little cheeky runs in and around the box, and so you just have to make sure that you're aware of where he is, what side of the ball he's kind of making runs to. If he's trying to play behind the line or checking back to the ball, making sure that we don't get too far out of shape, trying to chase them back into midfield because they can really pick you apart. They got good passers of the ball. And they have guys that aren't afraid to shoot, so we just have to always make sure that we're on our toes and aware of what might come.
It's a return to league action for both of these teams, and what a big one it is. FC Dallas sits in second place in the Western Conference with a 1-point lead over the visiting Seattle Sounders that trail them, currently third in the Western Conference. What a massive game it is. Make sure you come out to Pizza Hut Park to witness every moment of the match, which kicks off at 8 p.m. You can set your DVRs to TXA 21, or for our Spanish listeners, tune in at 1270 a.m. La Voz del Pueblo with your host, Carlos Alvarado. It's the second meeting between the two teams of this season. FC Dallas scored the first victory, a 1-0 win at Seattle on a goal from Brek Shea. Revenge will be on the minds of the Seattle Sounders when they visit Pizza Hut Park on Saturday night. For FCDallas.com, I'm Bobby Ryan.